Mr. Ferris, parents, members of the class of 2020, welcome to the third graduation ceremony of the Metropolitan School Frankfurt. So my message to you is, whatever you are, be a good one. You may do something for a while and then decide to do something else. But in the end, make sure it electrifies you to the point that you're willing to get up in the morning when it's still dark outside, or work through the weekend, or stay up all night to do something. Not every moment of every day is electrifying. I would be the first to admit that. But what matters is that your work is your passion. Just yesterday, you recognized the difference that passion makes in the teaching you have received here, and you have honored your teachers for their commitment, not just to their subjects, but to you as students and people. Do not settle for what someone else thinks you should be, but find a path that makes the best use of your talents and deepest hopes. Find a path that fulfills you, and then, whatever you are, be a good one.
You were observers of change, and you were learning about change in your classes, reading history books, learning about change in geography, climate change, for example, going through the theories of change in theory of knowledge, and now, finishing school, you are changing your status from being an observer of change to being an agent of change, a doer, a maker. You will drive change, and you will drive the future face of our planet, and certainly the future of your personal lives. Final word to our graduates: go out and conquer the world in your own way, in your own pace. I wish you a happy and fulfilled life.
Mr. Ferris, I present to you the class of 2020, all of whom have successfully fulfilled the requirements for the MSF diploma. Graduates, you may change your tassels from left to right.
Statesman and US President Harry Truman once said, "If you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen." Well, after 2 years over the hot stove, I think the fact that we're all sitting here in caps and gowns is a testament to the fact that the temperature has proven to be entirely tolerable. You see, these events prove true an ancient Latin proverb: non scholae sed vitae discimus. We learn not for school, but for life. We learn not for the sake of writing an exam, but because learning is very much an end in itself. Why? Well, to answer that question, we must first ask ourselves what it means to learn. And clearly, there is something more to learning than just picking up a textbook and memorizing facts.
So in the past years at MSF, I think what we've learned is that, yes, there will be stressful times. Times in which we won't feel good enough. Moments in which we'll be scared to disappoint others or ourselves. But in the end, it's not so much about the deadline we missed, or about the test where we left half of the questions blank, or the university that rejected us, but much more about how we emerged from these challenges.
Tu ke phoi mai. I love cheese. My first words in Vietnamese. Yes, it's fair to say my Vietnamese hasn't progressed at all really since learning those 4 words. Yet, MSF, through its international days and students from different cultures and backgrounds, has given us an open mindset towards everyone. Being able to reflect and being thankful is something that we have learned from everyone we came across at MSF. Through ups and downs, there was always one constant: support. from our teachers who sadly can't be with us today, who shared their talent, knowledge, and time with us. Yes, we know it was their job to teach us, but what they did went far beyond that. Not only did they have patience with us when explaining tasks and concepts, but even when we asked the dumbest questions, they demanded excellence, whether or not we wanted to give it. They set the bar high and challenged us to live up to it.
The best we graduates can show our gratitude is to make the most of the opportunities we have been given and to go forward into the world with the intention of making it a better place. We shall be paying that debt of gratitude going forward. To borrow the words of another great statesman, this is not the end of our educational journey. It is not even the beginning of the end, but it may well be the end of the beginning. Thank you.
I'd also like to take this moment to thank Miss Donna immensely for all the hard work she's put in over the few years that we've all known her. She's extremely hardworking and so caring that she always asks everyone how we're doing in the hallway and so on. And so now, on behalf of the entire grade, I'd like to present you with a gift, which I hope in future you can all remember each student by looking at each square and then remembering each student as the last graduating class underneath your support.
Class of 2020 is just quite simply a wonderfully united group. This is what I will always remember. They worked as a community, dedicated to the common goal of making their future brighter. They were always there for one another. From the very beginning, they understood the power of working together.
Class of 2020, thank you for sharing a step of your life's journey with us. We send you off with our very best wishes for your future. We look forward to keeping in touch and welcoming you back anytime.
Sarah has been with the school for the entire 12 years and it's been a wonderful experience. And I would like to thank Mr. Ferris, Cornelia Donner, Mrs. Dodd and Mr. Dodd and all the teachers for, preparing my daughter for life. Thank you very much to all of you.
So my parents are watching in Australia where it was 6 p.m. when the ceremony started, so they sat down with a glass of wine to cheer their granddaughter, and it was wonderful.
Well done.
It was a really beautiful ceremony, especially because it was done at the last minute, and I think the school did a really wonderful job for the kids. Yeah.
Today was a really great moment. It was very emotional. Great to see all the kids on the stage getting their certificates. It was really a nice moment, and although we are experiencing difficult times, that makes it even stronger as an experience, I would say.
Despite the difficulties of this period, they have been and organized a great ceremony.
We feel grateful to the school for arranging this. Because we are coming from India, and back in India, graduating from school is not such a big thing. Yes. We've never seen a graduation party for school. It's only for the universities.
Oh, I really appreciate the ceremony. I'm very thankful to Ms. Donner and Ms. Dodd, as they really did a great job. I think this ceremony will be a great memory for my son Giulio, and I think he'll keep it for a long time, so thank you.
Very proud father. I can't believe that my little girl is graduating from school. The only thing is we don't know what's next, do we?
No. Life is full of surprises and we'll find out what will become of her. But we're very proud of her.
Oh yeah, the ceremony was fantastic, and it was so great that the school could host a ceremony because it meant so much to the kids and to the parents, as well as to have it live streamed to all the families around the world. It was really, really special.